Hey all, already in our classes we have studied all the concept of our business economics. So currently right now I'm just going to take the quick revision of all the MCQs over here. So let's start. First one is, according to the Ricardo, international trade is beneficial under the comparative cost. Next one is, Ricardian theory assumes the perfect mobility of the labor, that is within the country. Next one is, comparative cost theory is static because according to it there is no qualitative and quantitative changes in the inputs. Next one is, Ricardian theory measures the comparative cost in terms of the labor days. Next one is, Ricardian theory assumes that the labor is homogeneous within the country. Next one is, Ricardian comparative cost theory can be extended or applied to the more than two commodities. Seventh MCQ is, HO theory can explain. It explains the interregional trade, it explains the international trade. So the appropriate option is last option. Next one is, commodity X is a capital intensive if in its production. So they have given you the first option, that is capital divided by labor, that is K divided by L ratio is greater than Y, and it is the appropriate answer. Next one is, in international trade, the commodities move between the countries instead of the factor. 10th MCQ, according to the HO theory, the international trade takes place due to the difference in the product price. Next one is, according to the HO theory, the product price is depends upon the factor abundance. Next one is, HO theory cannot be applied to the more than. The appropriate answer is, can be extended to the many commodities and many countries. Terms of the trade are expressed as the ratio of price index of the exports and imports. Terms of the trades are favorable if the current index in comparison to the base year index is more. MCQ number 15. Gross barter terms of the trade takes into account the trade items and unilateral payments. Next one is, income terms of the trades takes into the account change in import. The single factorial terms of the trade takes into the account changes in efficiency of factors producing export goods. The developing countries, it is argued, usually suffer from the adverse terms of trade. Reciprocal demand is mutual demand of the two countries to each other's good. Next one is, the gain from the trade is maximum if the international terms of the trades are nearer to the internal terms of the trade of the trading partner. Next one is, an offer curve differs from both usual demand and supply curves. Next one is, international trade increases the economic welfare of all the countries that participate in international trade. Next one is, international trade stimulates the innovation, brings down the cost of production, diversifies the consumption. So that's why the most appropriate answer is option number D, that is all of the above. The cultural changes due to the international trade is always both positive and negative. Next one is, which of the following is not the objective of commercial trade policy? And that is nothing but to determine the rate of interest, because this is not the objective of your commercial trade policy. Now the next one is MCQ number 24. Which of the following is the argument for free trade? Now they have asked you for the argument. So over here the appropriate option is, promotes the efficient allocation of the world resources. This is the correct answer. Now, which of the following is argument against the policy of the free trade? So here that was the argument for, and this is, now we have to find out the argument against the policy of the free trade. So the appropriate option is the first one, that is, does not always benefit the less developed countries. Now the next MCQ is protectionist policy. The appropriate answer is helps prevent dumping. Next one is tariff rate quotas are low tariff rate on an initial quantity of